Welcome back to another YouTube talk show today, the InitVerse's YouTube talk show with Peter Volnov, CEO and co-founder at Hot Labs. Thanks for taking the time to join us today, sir.
Hello, thanks for having me today.
Yeah, I've actually used some of the things you've developed in the past, at least Hot Wallet, or Here Wallet. So it's good to talk to you today. And yeah, I'm always curious. Like I always start off like a little backstory maybe about yourself when you got into tech, and what your first interaction with blockchain technology was.
Oh, sure. Well, I started with tech like very early in my high school. We make our like first quite viral application. We got 1 million users like a couple months on like my summer before my first grade in the university. And I was always been in love with tech. We've been doing previous company in Eastern Europe during the COVID. We did AI workouts. And I moved to United States 3 years ago for study. And the month I moved here, the war started. Maybe you know, like there's been a conflict between like Ukraine and Russia. And there've been a lot of financial sanctions against my country. And all my savings was locked. Because it's been all invested in like S&P 500, and it's figured out that it's all been blocked one day, and everything I was like working for like 3 years by this day been gone. So I had very painful experience with like why cryptocurrency is so important today. That's where we like after that happened, like I started to be very involved in crypto. Before I only like speculate a little, I never go deep into technology. But when that happened, it's been like more than 3 years from now. We like actually my co-founder, he had this exact same problem. He'd been stuck in different countries, but we all like had this very big feeling that crypto is something important, and that's something what like really save like many people like lives. Well, actually lives, because like I know people who stuck with like $500 cash like in like some very weird countries. Anyway, and then when we started, we found the NEAR, and I started to just read a lot of white papers about the blockchain and like understand how it works. And I saw the NEAR, and like I saw like, wow, why no one do this? Like it's like so obviously that like blockchains, like this problem with like state and like sharding as a solution is something what the only way it seems to me to do something like really huge like on-chain economy for the future. And I started to be a big fan of NEAR. I play a lot with the tech, and we figure out that NEAR doesn't have mobile wallet at that point. So we decided, well, looks like we're a good team to build it. And that's how the story started 3 years ago. And we've been building a lot of stuff on NEAR. Early last year, the NEAR switched to chain abstraction a lot, and we also kind of understood that the market of one chain is small enough to draw like a billion company, and we also came to this point. We've been starting work on like few things together, and that's we also started building the Hot Wallet, and it started with Telegram. It got very viral. We like got quite big success there, and we started to invest a lot more in like multi-chain chain abstraction technology, and that's also where we started to think about like multi-chain problems. Because before we've been building on one chain, it's been very simple. We have problem with users, with like economy, but now we face multi-chain problem, and I think just all things play together, like the NEAR narratives, like the our problem feeling, and like our like we all like co-founder of like every person in our team is like has a technical background, and we're like, yes, we actually can solve this problem with code. So we started to invest a lot of resources to the protocol part, and here we now having the hot protocol, hot bridge, hot wallet, MPC network, like all these things playing together to actually build Hot so special.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome to hear your backstory. You know, you're like, you got into it because it was requirement basically. You didn't come in just to speculate on these assets, so that's super cool. And it's an interesting story as well, because you got into NEAR, and with the Ukrainian Russian aspect of the whole thing, and being you know, it sounds like you've kind of teamed up to some regard with Ilya, the co-founder of NEAR. who I have a lot of respect for too. So that's definitely a super interesting backstory. I appreciate you sharing that with us. So what exactly was the moment that you decided? Like, I'm a huge proponent of interoperability too, and chain abstraction. So when was the moment that you kind of like decided to come together and build a multi-party computation wallet? And when a lot of people in the Bitcoin space or Ethereum aren't as excited about a multi-chain future.
Well, that's it's actually been a very funny moment because we had our angel investor. His name is Sasha. He's also used to work in NEAR. And once we started, like, Hot actually blew up a lot. Like, for the first week, we gained like 800,000 users. Like, we all been like, infrastructure is gone. We're like, okay, well, now it's a different game. And we have to be more strategic and like understand where we don't have it. Like, we cannot let us do like experiments for like a few months as to like understand where the NEAR is going to go out or like anything. And near that point, it was early 2024, been very much focused on chain abstraction. They just started their work with chain signature and the whole like ecosystem. There was like consensus about NEAR is not enough big enough as a blockchain ecosystem. So, but it's very, very strong tech. So let's export this tech to different blockchains to make NEAR great again. And our angel investor make like a funny deal with me and Ilya, and I pitched them this story about like we want really to be chain abstracted, and we want to make like this multi-chain wallet. Let's do this MPC backed by NEAR, and like my vision about how Hot can contribute a lot to chain abstraction in NEAR, because we clearly need all this tech, and NEAR wanted to. We're ready to build a lot of this, but we need more resources and like help with liquidity with all these things. So that's kind of, and also we have now a lot of users to onboard. So that's been kind of an synergy. And we decided, wow, that's a great thing. Hot can take a lot of responsibility for chain abstraction and kind of lead this like the fast ship stuff. And then NEAR will come a little bit later with like probably more like work together with us with the stack, or like contribute on their own part, help us with liquidity, audits, all the things which needs to be done to make this chain abstraction ready for like a lot of money and a lot of users.
Can you give like a quick overview of chain abstraction, and then like what is the chain abstraction stack?
Yeah. Well, chain abstraction stack is actually, well, right now NEAR, the heart of chain abstraction is something what we call intents. This is like very big smart contract on NEAR, which, think about it like a database, which has records of balance of each user's, his fungible tokens and NFTs on all different chains. So this is very similar what, for example, Binance has. When you deposit money on Binance, you in their database, you have this record like, hi, John has like 1 USDT. NEAR actually has the same database on chain. And this is the first part. And the second big part is this system which connect these balances on side NEAR to other chains. This is a Hot protocol bridges, and this is a bridges based on light clients. Like for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, this is actually light client on NEAR who secures these balances. And when we have these two very important things, now we can create a lot of very cool product on top. Because every time you as a user wanna trade on this Omni balance, you deposit your Bitcoin there. This is secured by the light client. It's very, very, very good approach to make secure deposits. And internally inside this Omni balance, you can trade gas-free for any assets from any other chain. Moreover, you can onboard their market makers who will concentrate your deals on the central exchanges. And you will have exact same rate as you have on central exchanges by keeping everything non-custodial, controlling every your transaction, and make it like with no KYC, no any less user requirements. And next way, what we iterate, you can actually make chain abstraction apps, because this balance on this chain, you don't need any gas. You just sign your transactions. You can sign it with any wallet. You can sign it with Stonekeeper, Phantom, and just sign a message. Like this is actually like JSON message, send this token to this smart contract with this like callback. And once you sign it from any your wallet or like passkey or anything, this is a non-custodial, but this is a gas-free. And it's executed Omni balance. We submit it to the smart contract do some stuff, return it back, and users can actually, now all cryptocurrency for user is this one very big Omni balance, which is non-custodial, every action controlled by the private key, and user can work with assets from any chain or any chain. And not only users, actually, if you build something like AI agents, on-chain part is very painful because, every time something happens, you need to take care a lot about infrastructure. And if infrastructure is gone, AI agent will lose the power control of their own funds. Then always need to be some DevOps guy who will fix every problem for AI agent whenever it cannot execute his transaction. And having this standard API and JSONs as the way how you communicate with your balance makes it possible to make very, very simple and very, very robust clients to work with this Omni balance and all assets around the all blockchains. That's how chain abstraction look right now on Near.
Okay.
Yeah, Eddie, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, so I was also working with ERC 4337, chain account abstraction and other things, and also intents. So yeah, for example, if you want X and you are willing to pay up to Y, so you can actually just write a simple statement and it get the work done, right? Because it takes all the complexity from the signing accounts multiple times, right? So how in the next steps, what the extent we can expect, how easy it will be for the user to actually interact with all the applications on Near, or whatever is your view?
Well, the user interaction already is seamlessly.
Yeah.
You can connect your wallet from any chain. You can connect your Phantom. We don't ask you to move your funds somewhere or bridge them with Near and that has a Near wallet to control it. You can open any chain abstraction website. You can open Hex, you can open nearintents.org. You can open Miko, it's chain abstracted NFT marketplace. You can connect your wallet there, your timekeeper, and actually trade your assets across all chains within this Omni balance. So user experience is very great right now. There's a lot of things we keep working on. The main thing, of course, is how we're improving. The bridges is key part, right? We need to connect a lot of chains, and we need to make it very secure. And there's a teams who work on light client bridges. There's a teams who working on making increase security for chain signature bridges, including hot team. We actually responsible for the bridge for most of chains supported now. We're working with these specific chains for them to support us on their side. So this chain abstraction part is a lot about this security and bridges. And second thing is products. We need chain abstracted NFT marketplace. We need chain abstracted order book. We need chain abstraction IMM. And these things are right now underdeveloped. Once done, there will be this platform where you can easily land your BTC and borrow token from Solana on one platform. Or you can land your token from Tond, you can borrow your token on Solana on one platform where there's a lot of liquidity from all these chains, because it is only one place, and you don't have to bridge, you don't have to, if you want to provide your liquidity to 10 different pools for different coins, you don't need to share it between 10 different blockchains and 10 different wallets. Yeah. It's very simple for you. You come to one place and you do all what you need there. And that's how we see chain abstraction future, and HOT will be a central part of it.
So what do you think the timetable is on that? This is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time.
Well, the timetable, right now, a lot of already underdeveloped. It's actually what we're talking about is very new. The real intent smart contract was finally launched 4 months ago. And before we had our V0, our own Omni balance contract, and we only merged it around Ethereum Denver timeline. So these things order book and the lending protocol right now are developed. Very strong teams, Near has a lot of very bright brains. The problem, some of them focus on AI, some of them retired, but right now I feel many teams actually kind of feel that's something which can work. That's something which can bring more life back on Near, and our head team, Satoshi protocol team, proximity team, Near one team, of course, Hot Labs, all diffuse team, Aurora team, every main technical product on Near working to make this service for chain abstraction. And our timeline is hard to say. I really hope this autumn, September, October, we will see a lot of new products to come. And that's something I'm very excited, because that's where if you go right now in Tens, you can swap Zcash with the best rate across all central exchanges. And like,
yeah, I was looking at like I said, I used Here Wallet before, and I just downloaded Hot Wallet in the last like 48 hours. Was looking around a little bit, and I saw that you guys are doing like a Zcash trading thing right now, competition right now.
yeah. And this Zcash trading competition actually happens full on this Omni balance. Like when we trade it on background, we don't ask you to actually send money on Zcash chain. We trade within this Omni balance, fees very low. We connect it directly to the best central exchanges rate. And that's like something like very cool use cases of like, if you want to buy Zcash right now with no exchanges, even with exchanges, many of them has restriction. So simple to do it inside Hot.
Right, and this gets back to like where we started off with how you said your money was frozen basically when you got here. It's like these are the first principles of crypto, like crypto anarchy basically. Not to get too political about it, but that's what the crypto anarchist, anarcho-capitalist, that's what this space was like originally about. And it kind of like, as it was popularized, we've kind of lost our way. So it's like super cool to see people building these things now.
Exactly. All centralized projects started to beat decentralized. More users, more liquidity, better user experience. And like, we cannot beat them having bad technology and like bad speed for high pace, because most of them unfortunately don't care about centralization. If something is way better, like on centralized exchanges, we cannot beat it. And the only one way to beat it, we need to make it exactly same user experience. One place, any token, no fees, no gas, but non-custodial. And because non-custodial, it's a lot more like new use cases for this. And completely. A lot more trust from people. Yeah. That's why we need, and Hyperliquid is a great example how this like chain abstraction part actually beat, because you can deposit from any chain and you make it like somewhere which is non-custodial, but also it's very close to central exchange experience. But Hyperliquid is great for perps, but we need same for like all DeFi, for lendings. We need same for IMM. We need same experience for like decentralization apps. And that's where Hot come to play, and like near chain abstraction too.
Yeah, you have to build a bridge for each protocol that comes up on board, right? So like if
we do bridges for LP tokens. Yeah. So we don't connect directly master protocols, but we bridge their LP tokens.
Oh, okay.
So once you want to put your money on some protocol, you actually create like some intent, and there's some solver who actually like get your money, buy LP tokens, return them back to you, and you start to control your LP tokens. If you want to provide your liquidity to like ABI or like to any other protocols.
Yeah, I thought it was super cool how you can just go through the wallet app, and this wallet's available in iOS and Google Play Store. I'm not like
the best experience is in Chrome extension. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I haven't downloaded it on Chrome yet, but I need to check that out next.
This is actually everything you need, like all these chains, all the standards. We support all of them. It's hard to feel mobile. It looks like just Trust Wallet multi, but in Chrome extension, you really feel how nice is it to have the one chain abstracted wallet.
Yeah, I have to do that this weekend. I'll definitely check it out and let you know what I think about it, because I'm super interested in chain.
Text me in chat. I will send you a file drop. I will send you some Zcash to get you onboarded.
Wow. You don't have to convince me. Addy, do you have another question?
Yeah, so you are connecting a lot of chains, right? It is a lot of development work and a lot of teams working on a different systems, because a lot of architecture is different. You are executing some things off chain, or maybe something that is on chain, or maybe everything is on chain. You can clarify. And what is the like difficult part till now, and the specific chains that you are integrating? If you have any faced that part, because there will be a lot of difficulties, I imagine.
So you're asking about what's the technical difficult with the integrations, these chains?
Yeah, most difficult one.
Well, the most difficult is it's a big zoo of different standards, and like it's different languages, different consensus. And this is the worstest part. Like we have our locker smart contract on Sorobar, on Fancy, on Solidity, on Rust for Near, on Rust for Solana, and now we're making another move. And like each is contract, completely different standards, and like we need to. It's a lot, and also every time you do some validation, you have to make like this proof, like you finality make to be sure, and finality and light clients, even like on MPC network, we have to host light client for each of network we support. We cannot host like this full nodes for like all these dozens of blockchains. It's going to be too expensive for our validators. And each light client is a lot about like local specifics. Some blockchain doesn't have a like normal light clients. It's a lot of problem because every team, they want to be unique, you know, and every blockchain want to reinvent something. And they all of them change their standards of like language of smart contract, data storage, consensus, finality. Its biggest pain is connecting the specific standard on these chains. Like as a chain, like what's on the Omni balance side, it's all the same format. So on the Omni balance side, it doesn't matter if it's talking from Solana, from Stellar, from Dawn, it's all going to be the same record and database. But on the locker part, that's where we have to spend some time to make it work.
Okay, so I believe that EVM compatible chains and layer 2s, or maybe any chain also EVM compatible. So integrating that will be a little bit easier than compared to other ecosystems, right?
Well, we have to make connection for each chain separately. So we don't have unique, like even for EVM chain, each chain we spend like a few weeks understanding how their consensus work, finality works, all these like potential bottlenecks. And that's why we now only support 8 chains, because it's hard, it takes time, especially security is very big issues. So we want to make sure we fully understand the all risks about the specific nodes and how this blockchain can potentially attack our ecosystem if there is something wrong, and how can we prevent it. So chain abstraction means you as secure is your weakest part secure. So it's a lot of work to make it to onboard so many chains.
Makes sense.
The HOT protocol, you guys' token HOT it hasn't launched yet. Is that correct?
No, it's not.
But there is an airdrop in the future coming.
Well,
potentially,
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot there. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I was just making sure because I see some things about the integration with Telegram, and when I signed up for the wallet, I was just trying to make sure that I understood everything correctly. Okay.
Yeah. And inside HOT Telegram wallet, you can get some like hot locked on-chain points. Let's say like this.
Yeah.
Which is actually every time you claim it's transaction on chain, and well, we see a lot of potential use cases for like this chain abstraction. For we will need some token for chain abstraction still. It's probably not going to be like the requirement gas token because we don't know File's user experience, but there's a lot of things where you still need some tokens to make this economic works, to make it long-term secured, to make incentives for validators, and that's where we think about the HOT.
Okay, yeah, I saw a DAG do something similar once, so that's interesting. They kind of rewarding you for using the protocol. Interesting. Okay, yeah, you guys, just to go back to Near for 1 minute, you were behind the recent proposal to decrease inflation, have inflation from 5% to 2.5%. What was behind that? I'm a big proponent of that. I think the tokenomics might be the only thing holding Near back as being like the top 3 layer 1. I mean, as far as like users and stuff, you could argue that it's already up there. But yeah, could you just take us through your thoughts behind that proposal?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the inflation is like bad for most of tokens, but specifically for blockchains, most of holders hold token for some reason. It's funds, or it's like a centralized exchanges, or it's like custodials, and they gain this APY as their extra. This is not the reason why they hold their token. And every time they hold this APY, they sell it. Most of actually token holders, even if they hold the main part, they all sell their APY. It's because of different tax regulation. It's especially in the United States, you have to sell them. It's your income, you have to sell more than 50%, especially if it's your personal income. A lot of problem like this, and it creates sustainable sell pressure. Moreover, 5% originally it's been like it's been $1 billion, and now it's like 1.4. So we have a lot more near now in the market because 4 years passed and we had all this inflation all this year. And this now create pretty huge sell pressure. And also this doesn't reward their players in the ecosystem who we want to reward. It's reward very old token holders, some funds. It's reward some custodials who just hold a lot of NEAR on behalf of the users. And it doesn't reward the ecosystems that much. It doesn't reward like the newest chain abstraction players. And it even doesn't reward validators because most of validators get only 1% of their staking income. So their whole tokenomics been outdated, and we feel like that's, NEAR price doesn't feel pretty good. And big part of this is sustainable, huge sell pressure from these validators rewards. And the second part is that it's very hard to reward the new players and like new blood in the ecosystem because all NEAR are distributed, that people hold it, keep it, and get all benefits. But they was like getting this NEAR for their contribution 4 years ago, and there's nothing like new they bring. All these minds was behind this proposal. We've been talking a lot internally with different teams. Right now, it's been supported across all big players in the ecosystem, actually, like Ilya, Alex, Aurora Lab, Everstake, like AstroDAO, of course, Meteor Wallet are here. Like all big players actually voted yes right now. Like we see on the builders, and like people who behind the chain abstraction, like diffuse teams, they all the NEAR voted for yes. Because these people understand that we're here for long term. We want to NEAR to be like growing, and we get benefits not from like this inflation for like all the holders. We want the NEAR price go up, right? And that's what's very important to do is change the tokenomics right now.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, well, we're still only on 20%, so it's a lot forward. And like, I really hope we will make it this deal. We will talk with some custodials right now for them to understand that like it's something like painful short term, especially for token holders, but the place where they actually benefit from is not their staking rewards. It's in NEAR price. Well, it's It's plus 10% for like a week or like a month. It's quite volatile. And this staking rewards not something what create like that big difference, but something what create really big sustainable sell pressure. And also it's kind of stuck the whole ecosystem from like new wave and new stage where NEAR wants to be in. And this is what's very important to change if we want to see NEAR back to like $8-10 in the next year. I think this is very, very important for us to reduce inflation.
Yeah, it seems like a no-brainer to me. Just got to get the validators on board on that one, it sounds like. And
well, that's a lot of work. Validators actually quite happy with what they have. They don't contribute to the ecosystem and they have staking rewards. So we're working on it.
Yeah, it's good to hear. Adi, do you have anything to add to that?
No. So I love what you guys building, and NEAR we will see that it's providing a lot of value on developers here as well, also building it on NEAR. And the team is very supportive because I have also been part of hackathons and all the other things previously. So yeah, team is overall good. You guys are building great because intents and solver networks, it like are the next big thing, or also that is happening right now because this is going to take all the complexities to, and also onboarding the new consumer-centric dApps. So yeah, it's a really good thing that you guys building. Love it.
Yeah. Well, I also want to last thing why I'm such a big fan of chain abstraction is right now the Genius Act and like AI and like there's new use cases where people think crypto actually solve problems, and people want to use crypto because it's provide like this very, very trustable database or like the simple payments transfer for many things. Probably stable coins and AI, the big one, but we have a lot more to come. And once this big company come to work with on chain, they very struggle. Like it's very hard with security purpose. It's very hard with like regulation. It's like a lot of things by company actually saying, no, blockchain is like too early. We don't want to touch it. And now we're solving this like a lot with regulation. Like it's going to be more friendly for everyone to join the blockchain.
Yeah.
And once they will be more friendly, we have to make sure blockchain is also friendly. And blockchains say, welcome. We actually have everything you need to use us. You don't have to hire a blockchain department. Everyone can just start use it. It's very simple. It's very robust. You don't need to understand how to work with like this block sequencers to make your transaction landed. We do all this for you. It's very simple and it's decentralized. And this works with any asset you want. Just it's the point where you work with blockchains. And Near has the best tech to do this. Near has chartering. Near has actually supports this like millions and like billions transaction like state on chain, because this system is actually unlimited scalable. The price will not go up. Your transaction will not cost more money, or it's not going to stack. It just the infrastructure can be scaled, and I just think we really need to do this for the like if we want to see Web3 successful in the next 5 years, we have to make this place friendly for developers, for Web2 teams, for Web2 projects, and chain abstraction is the only way how Web3 can be friendly, unfortunately. And we are here hot, we're a kind team, we're a kind project. We want everyone to think this is how blockchain feels like.
That's the perfect way to wrap it up today, Peter. I appreciate your time. Hopefully I can talk to you, and maybe Addy will be here again too as well, and we can talk to you in the future. Super bullish on chain abstraction. Web3, like you said, to wrap it up, it's not going to see its full potential unless we make this happen. So appreciate your time and your vision, sir. And I wish you guys nothing but the best the rest of this year. And
let me know. I was happy to talk with you, and let me know once you're onboarded an extension.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Your chain abstraction experience. Let's make sure blockchain was friendly for you.
Absolutely. Appreciate that. I'll be in touch. Hang on one second. We'll say a proper goodbye.
Yep. Have a good day.
Bye.
See you, Addy.